And thanks for joining the call. And today we'll be starting now with the scripting part, right? With the shell script. This is session number 11, and now we'll be starting with the scripting part. Before we start with the scripting part, like I will tell you some few basic things. Like for example, uh, like you have a command. For example, if I execute a command, ls command, or if I execute the date command, so date command will be successfully executed by the shell. But you want to store that variable, or you want to store the output of the date command into some variable, right? So how to do it? Basically, there are always two methods. One is something like something where one is a variable name equal to open the backcode, and if you say date like this, the first method, and you can say echo dollar var one. So or else one more way, the typical way people used to do is that you have to say dollar, open the bracket, and this is the normal way people use it actually. Okay, guys. So these are the two methods. One is a backcode, and other with the dollar, open the bracket and specify the command. So it means that whatever the output of the date command is there, right? That will be stored to the variable, something as a var2, and here you are trying to print that. So these are most used in our scripting. So most of the time you would see that in our inside the scripter, we will be using this method. So it means that whenever you want to store any kind of a execution of any command output to a variable, you have to assign to in this way. Okay. Fine. Now what we are going to do now is that we will be learning about the scripting now. So basically, whenever you want to learn any scripting, or whenever you want to learn about the scripting, basically you need to understand some kind of a conditional statement, looping statement, and few other stuffs in every programming, right? Each and every programming language will have some kind of a conditional statements, like we have if condition, right? Some kind of a looping statement we have, right? And many other programming constructors will be there. Many other programming constructs will be there in each and every programming language. Similarly, even the scripting language also has this conditional statements and all, right? So like how we use in a C or C++ or Java, like how we use if condition. Similarly, we have an if condition over here in our bash also. Okay, so how to use that effectively? So now first we will learn about then if then else, and if else if else. These are the most used in if conditions. Okay, so what is how we go to what is the syntax of the if condition? Here, very important. One thing very important, guys, that always in scripting, right? Always syntax matters a lot actually. So whenever you're writing any script, actually, syntax matters a lot. It means that you need to know the syntax properly. If you're doing a small mistake in syntax, your script will not run. It will not execute. It will fail actually. So that's the reason syntax are very important. Even one space syntax, if you're not giving one space also, so it will throw an error. I mean, the script will not execute. That is one thing. Okay, and whenever you're writing any script, actually, you should always have a .sh extension. Okay. Suppose, for example, now I want to write a script using if then else, or if then actually. What is the syntax for the if then actually? The syntax for the if then is actually if the condition like this. Okay, what is the condition? Like for example, here in this case, if you do an ls, you see that there's a file by name Alice, right? So I'm checking if the Alice file exists actually. Alice file exists. You could see that actually what I'm using open bracket. Okay, hyphen e means exist, and how you have to do is if the space, open the square bracket space, hyphen e space, double quote, specify the file name, and again afterwards you have to give space, and again you have to close the square bracket. So here what happened, right? Before and after the square bracket, within inside it, you need to always specify one space here. If you don't give any space over here, like that, for example, if you don't give space like this, if it is here, it will throw a syntax error. Always you should give space like this. Sometimes people use a single bracket. Sometimes even people will use a double also. Both are same. Both are, you can use any one of them either. So here what you're doing that here you are just checking if this file Alice exists. And suppose you want to add more conditions, and the file should have a execute permission. Just adding, or I'm just clubbing two conditions. It means that first this condition should be satisfied, this condition should get executed successfully. Okay, and what happened once the successfully getting executed, now this second condition will get executed. So here you are just checking some two condition statements are getting executed. This we call it as a conditional statement. Here you are just checking or testing a condition. If test whether the file Alice exists, and test whether the file has an execute permission. Earlier what happened, right? People used to in the C shell or in the bound shell, people used to write like this: if test whether the file exists, like this, and or like the hyphen a, and you can even do like this, and the file has a execute permission, like this. So this and can be replaced with the hyphen a also. But since what is this square bracket? This square bracket, nothing but it is a test actually. It means that the square bracket is a test. Instead of test now, that has been replaced with the square bracket. That's what it has happened in Bash actually. Bash also supports tester, but this if test and all we used to get supported in Bone shell, C shell, and other shells actually. Now in the Bash shell, we use like a square bracket. So what you're doing here, you're checking the condition. If this condition is true, so if this condition is true means whenever the shell is checking or testing this condition, always the return value should always be 0. If this condition is return value is 0, it means that it is success. So it means that this condition will get true. Once this condition get true, because you're using and here, okay, and separator, so it will also test because this condition is first condition is getting passed. Now shell will even check for the second condition also. So then, so if this both the condition are getting passed, so then what happened, right? You would say then, let's say echo file exists, the Alice file exists and it has execute permission, something like this. Else, you can even add the else statement, echo the Alice file doesn't exist, something like this. Now you should make sure that always whenever you're returning whenever you're using if condition, okay, always you should make sure that it always ends with the fi. Opposite of if is fi, like this. Like for example, C program, I use int main and I'll say open the floor bracket. I will write all conditions, right? All the statements I will write like this, right? And finally I close the floor bracket, right? So this states that this is the end of that function. Similarly, if where always you should close with the fi. Opposite of if is fi, like this, right? So here, if both this condition are true, echo this then class statement will get executed. If any one of the condition will get failed, then else class statement will get executed. Simple, right? So as soon as you write this script, actually you need to store or you need to save that script and you need to give the execute permission. By giving execute permission, you have to say chmod plus x and specify the script name. Like for example, if the script name is if dot sh, then you have to say chmod plus x if dot sh. So consider that the script name is actually vi if dot sh, like this, right? So here in this way you are actually writing an if condition. Okay, now once you execute this, once you give the execute permission, then how to execute it? You have to say sh space if dot sh. This is the first method, or you can even say dot slash if dot sh. And the last, usually people don't use the last method, source space if dot sh. So these are the three methods where you can execute the shell script. Or sometimes people directly call the bash shell actually, bash space if dot sh. Now you know very well that whenever you are writing a script, actually always the first line of the script should be #bang /bin/bash. Correct? But what happened, right? Many times you would have seen one more thing actually. Like for example, if I use if you say which are all the shells which are there in your system. You can open a file cat space slash etc slash shells actually. So here you could see that this is a Red Hat machine. The Red Hat machine, actually the bash shell is there under slash bin. So slash bin slash bash. That's the reason here in the top of the script, always you use this shebang and specify this hash bin slash bash. Means that shebang will tell that the script has to get executed by the bash shell. Correct. But whereas in some other Linux server, like suppose if you go to the Ubuntu, if you say cat etc shells, here the output it will show as a slash user slash bin slash bash, like this it will show when it comes to Ubuntu. So there, in case of Ubuntu, suppose you're writing any script in the Ubuntu, there you have to say usr slash usr bin Ubuntu slash usr bin bash. Like this you have to use when it comes to Ubuntu server. Whereas in Red Hat, it has both slash bin slash bash as well as usr bin bash. Whereas in Ubuntu, you will not find the slash bin slash bash. You will be only having slash usr bin bash. In that case, you have to mention interpreter here as a slash usr bin bash. So that's the reason in many places what the people will do, because this will be, suppose assume that the same script, suppose assume that you were having slash bin slash bash, like this. You are executing this script under your Red Hat or you are in RHL. You are executing the script. This script will successfully execute by your shell because slash bin slash bash is already there. But suppose assume that you copy the same script and go to the Ubuntu server. There also you create one file vi.sh and just copy paste the same lines of code like this. Same line of code like this. You copy it. I'm just saying you same line of code and you save that file, shift colon exclamatory like that, and you say sh space if.sh. If you execute the script, it will throw error saying that unknown interpreter like this. It doesn't understand slash bin slash bash. It means that there is no path where bash is there under the bin. There in case of a Ubuntu, the bash is there under usr bin bash. So there in that case you have to mention here interpreter as a usr bin bash. So to make it a portability, it means that you say that Rajesh, tomorrow I will say take the script to somewhere else. Okay, there also the interpret path will be changed. What to do means, so I want to make this script as a portable, so that my script should not get failed in any environment. In that case, what you will do, right? Usually people will do something like hash usr hashbang slash usr bin env and you will maintain like this hash. So if you make use of this way, it means that your script become portable. You can take this script anywhere and you can execute it. It means that you are telling the environment variable to execute your script under the bash actually. So in that way, this script without any changes, you can copy paste in any kind of a Unix or Linux distribution. It will work. So that's the reason in many of the script you will see this line to be there. Or else most of the times this. Sometimes in some books they have mentioned this also slash usr bin bash. So it means that it is a path of that interpreter. That's all. Okay, guys. So what I will do, I will write the script. What I will do before that, I will say mkdir scripts. So I will have a script directory. Okay. So under that, what I will do. So what I will do, guys, I will just try to. I already have a ready-made scripts with me. I'll just try to copy some scripts here from here. So you could see that if else.sh like this. So I'll open the script. So you could see that I'm just copying the script here and I will paste it over here. Vi. So I'm under script directory vi if else.sh. So I'll change the script. See now here you could see that very clearly that what it says hashbang slash bin slash bash. This is the first line. Okay, always it should be an interpreter at the top. Here it says that echo enter some integer, read a variable name, echo some other integer, read a variable name b. So here you could see that there are two variables are different variable a and b. So read is also an internal command of the bash. Read will wait for a user to give an input. As soon as a user give an input, that value will be assigned to this variable a. Similarly, here it says the echo enter some other integer, read b. So B again, here what happened, your shell script will be waiting over here. It will be asking an input from the user that you please give some integer value. So whatever you give the integer value, that will be assigned to the variable B. So A and B are two different variables. So what he has did, he has defined one more variable C, but he has assigned to some value, some integer value, that is 30. So C has a value 30. Here what you are doing, you are using if condition test dollar of double bracket dollar a plus dollar. Whatever the inputs which you are giving for A and B, it is checking whether the summation of those two variables is equal to dollar $C. Dollar $C is nothing but what? It is 30. If it is equals, then it says that it is equal, or else it says unequal. So that's the reason when this condition will become pass, then only then class statement will execute. If this condition will become fail, then the else class statement will get executed. So now shall we save this script and execute the script? Okay, I'll say shift command WQ. So save and quit. I'll say sh space if else dot sh. Enter some integer. I'll say 10. Enter some other integer 20. See? Equal. It means that whatever the summation you're giving, right, that it is doing an integer comparison with the $C. So $C in this case is nothing but it is 30. You already defined a variable C is equal to 30 because you are doing the integer comparison over here actually. Okay. So in some books, what happened, right? In some places or in many places, what happened, right? Here you're using the echo statement, right? So for example, I'll use one more thing, read.sh. I think that. So one more script actually, hash bang slash pin slash dash. I'll say echo, enter some value. Then say read var. Then echo $var. So this is some basic simple script which we are having. So I will save the script. When I say sh space read.sh. So I will just execute it. Here what happened? Echo statement will get executed saying that enter some value. I'll give 100 and it will print the same thing. So what the script is doing over here? Here, whatever the value which you are entering, right? That value, the value will be assigned to the variable var. Because read is waiting here actually. Read is waiting because read is something like a scanf statement in C. Scanf statement, what will do? It will wait until the user gives some inputs. Similarly, what happened that here your script is under waiting here. So it is waiting till the user gives some inputs, right? As soon as the user gives some inputs, that value will be assigned to this variable var. And later in the next line, echo $1 means that you are printing the same value. Okay. So, but here what you can do, you can avoid the use of the echo command. How to avoid it? You can remove that echo line, and here you could see that you can use a -p option and they enter the value. Enter the value. See, and specify the value here. Could see that read -p, enter the value, okay, and say var. Var is some variable name. So here what happened? You have stopped using the echo command, and you can save the file. Again, you will read sh3.sh. Can you see? It is throwing the string as well. It is asking the input from the user. The same value will be printed, right? So here, what you are doing that here, you can mention the value is something like this. You can see and close with the double quote. Okay. So here, what you're doing that you are reducing the usage of the echo command, right? So with the -p option along with the read, what read will do? Read will print the string as well as it will ask input from the user. So whatever the user is giving an input, that input will be stored into this variable var. And here what is doing? Echo, the value is $var. That means that whatever the input you are giving, the same will be outputted along with this echo command. Correct, guys? So here what is happening here? The reader is basically it is waiting for an input, and whatever the input you give, that will be stored into the variable var. So here you are mentioning or you are defining what is a variable. Correct, sir? But sometimes what happens, right? If you're not giving the variable, actually, Suppose assume that you're not giving variable. So what the shell will do? Shell will have a default variable by name reply. So what happened, right? As soon as the user give some inputs, here you have not defined a variable, some variable, but internally read will maintain one variable internally known as a reply variable. In that reply variable, the value will be stored. So can we try out this one? I'll say sh read.sh. I'll give 100 value or 1000 value. See, the value is printing. So this is one of the interview questions. If you are not defining any variable, what is the what is, sir? Please unmute yourself and ask the question, sir. It will be very hard for me to go to the chat and see it.
Okay.
Okay, so hyphen p means print actually. Print this string. So read command, what will do? Read will print this string as well as it will ask input from the user. So whatever the value which you are giving, right, that would be stored to some variable. So if you are defining any variable, you have to define the variable here. Something variable A, something, any variable, or var variable, and enter the values $var like this, like this. So this is a normal behavior, normal way, like how to print the value of variable. You have to use a dollar. In the last session, we have learned about what is a dollar. Dollar will extract the value of the variable. Correct? So now here, what you're doing that, what I'm trying to tell you that here, in case of this one, if you're not giving any variable, if you're not specifying any variable along with the read command, by default, internally, read has one variable known as the reply. In that reply variable only, it will store the value. So this is one of the interview questions they'll ask you. Suppose you are not mentioning any variable for this read. What is the internal variable name where read will read it? You have to say, sir, reply is the internal variable name. So then you save this file. sh read.sh. Right? Enter the value. I'll say Rajesh. Enter. The same value will be printed. Correct, guys? Okay, this is one thing. Second, what happened, right? You have a read.sh. Whenever you want to comment any lines, actually, okay, always. In shell script, there are two ways. Like I want to comment any line, which you have to say, you have to always put a hash in front of that line to comment that line. So whenever you're commenting that line, shell will not interpret this line. Shell will treat this as a complete comment, and shell will never interpret this line at all. Similarly, sometimes what happened in this, in you might have seen, right? Like for example, you might be having who is author of the script. Okay, it is Rajesh Singh. He's the author. Okay, fine. When was the date? Which date he has written the script? He will say that it is 23rd April 2023 or 2022. Like this, lot of information will be given by the author, right? Whoever write it. So always you could see that always it starts with the hash. It hash means what will happen that this line will be treated as a comment by the bash. Bash will never interpret it. It will never interpret it. It is just for humans to understand it. So whenever you want to give a comment, you have to put hash. But sometimes what happened that there will be number of lines will be there in the file. Assume that there are 10 lines are there, like this. Assume that there are 10 lines are there like this. The 10 lines are there. Do you think that in every line I'll give hash, hash, hash? You cannot give, right? It is very difficult. That's the reason what will happen, right? There is a shortcut is there. So what you will do that here at the top you will say that double less than, and you will put some something comment like this, and here you have to come down, and the same comment you have to mention like this. Enter the string read str echo the string is dollar of str. See, now what will happen that this line, all these lines will not be interpreted by the shell. Anyway, this line also will not be interpreted. Even this line will also be not be interpreted because you have commented many lines with this method actually. Double less than, put any string. You can give a your name also. I can put double less than Rajesh, and at the end it should mention Rajesh only. So now you could see that only this line should be interpreted now. Can you see that? sh read dot sh. See, enter the string, Rajesh. See, right? So it means that shell has not interpreted these lines because it acts like a comment actually. Is it clear, sir? I'm clear on this. Any doubts you have here? No? No doubts? Okay, fine. So now, so this is how it is. So one is a comment we learned how to put the comment, and one we learned that read will by default it has its internal variable which we call the reply. So these are the two important things in the shell script actually. Okay. So now, so what you are going to do here, you are going to first test it with if else, right? So just tested here. Echo. See, now you can avoid using this echo command, right? So what you can use? You can use a -p option, right? Enter the enter the first integer and specify the variable name a. See, you can avoid using the echo statement. -p. Sorry. Right, guys? Do you agree with me? Enter the second integer. Correct? Now you can avoid the usage of the echo command because echo command will also print, even read will also print along with the -p option, -p option. Correct? So now you can store this file and execute this script if else.sh. You're able to execute that script. Correct? Now there is one more script is there. If birth.sh. It's a very, all these are very simple scripts, sir. Okay. I'm just copying this script and pasting it here. So if vi if birth.sh. These are very, very simple scripts, sir, which you will be understanding. So what the script is doing here? Can you tell me here? You could say that echo enter the birthday, read birthday. Birthday is some variable name. And what you're doing here today, your variable is there assigning to date -i. So as I said earlier, you can either do this way in the back code or else you can do it like this actually. How? $of, open the bracket, like this. Any of the method you can use like this. So what you're doing, you're executing a date with the -i option. So what is a date with the -i option? So date with the -I option will give you the value this way: year, month, and the day, like this. So what you're doing in the if birth.sh, here what you're doing that whatever the output is there, that you are assigning to the variable known as today. So today is some variable name. So here you are checking if test whether $of birthday is equal to $of today. Here you are doing a string comparison. So it means that whatever the inputs you give, so read and specify the birthday. Birthday is a variable name. It means that while giving input, you have to give the input of the birthday in this format only. If it is equal to today, then it says that hello, it is today's happy birthday, or else it says that sorry to disappoint you. Right? Simple script, right? To just to showcase how the if condition works. So shall we execute the script? If birth.sh. See what is the day? So I'll say, mention correct 2022, and today is 04 but 04 month, and 23rd is the date. See, it says that it's birthday. Hello, happy birthday. Or else if you are giving some other data, 2022, instead of 05, you will give 055. Mistakenly, I'll say 23. See, sorry to disappoint you. Because it is not your birthday. So here you are doing a kind of a string comparison with the help of this equal sign. Right? Here it is a string comparison you are doing. So this is one simple example just to show you how if condition is working here. Correct? So here using the test command, you can even use like this also. As I said, instead of test command, you can use like this also. Like this, and save this file and execute the script. If birth.sh, see, Enter the birthday 2022 04/23. Right. So here, this is the older method of using a tester. Now the new method, we are using a square bracket, which is supported in the bash as well as even in other subshell also. But whereas in older method like C shell or the bone method, test was a command which was used there. You are just testing this condition. If this condition becomes true, it means that the return value, if it is 0, then only the then class statement will get executed. If this condition is false, it means if it returns apart from the other 0 value, some other positive integer value, it means that the condition is failed. Then the else class statement will get executed. Clear, sir? Okay. Now, yes, sir.
So in the if statement, right?
Hmm.
In the earlier program, we have used -eq. Can we use -eq instead of
Hyphen EQ is for the integer comparison.
integer?
Here using integer comparison.
Okay.
There we are using a string comparison. In the string comparison, we have three methods like this. Equal to, string equal to, not equal to, -z, -n. These are the four methods are there which are used for integer comparison. Sorry, string comparison. Apart from this, equal to, greater than equal to, these are used for integer comparison. So same thing I'm using over here like this. Okay. Okay, sir. Fine. Now, what is happening is that sometime what happened, right? You will be using a if within a if you have a if condition. There are many if conditions are there. Like for example, you have if condition within if condition. You have one more if conditions like that. Like that, you will be having if condition like this, right? Or else you can use a if condition, else if condition, and then else like this. This can also be used, right? So this also is a very most used conditional statements in many of the language, right? If, else if, and else. Actually, we have a simple example just to show you that how it works actually, right? So if, else if else if dot sh something, right? So you can make out very easily, right? So here, what you're doing here, if this condition, whatever the value you're giving a and b, if this if it is equal to $a is equal to $b, then you are saying echo a is equal to b. Else if this condition is not getting failed, then it is going to check with this else if. If this condition is also not no, if this condition is also not passed, or if this condition is also not if this condition is also not satisfied, then it will try to execute this condition. If none of them are getting executed, then it says that else echo invalid input like this, right? So this is a very simple example just to show you how if else if works actually. Okay, so I will just save this file, save the script. I'll say is sh if else dot sh. Enter the value 10, 20. Uh, Actually, what I have to do, right? Whenever you're using the then class, right? Like here in this one line you're using, either you have to use here semicolon like this, then you can continue, or else always make sure the best practice of using in the next line actually like this you can use. So sh if else if dot sh, enter integer 10, 20. So a is less than b like this, or else in some books they will use this, or else you have to use a double semicolon here. Okay, or else you have to remove this, but this then should be in the next line actually like this. It should be like this always. So always make sure like let it be like this only, sir. Like this always. I hope you got it what I'm trying to tell. It should be like this actually, always. Okay. So this is all about the else and else if. We are just showcasing a very simple usage of that. We will see some of little bit advanced script where I'll be using effectively this if condition, for loop, many things. There I'll show you more, good examples when it comes to if conditions. Now just I'm trying to tell you like how we can use in the shell script actually. Now one more thing I want to tell you, like I'm using always sh actually. So whenever I'm executing a script, I'll say sh if else dot sh, like this I'm executing the script. Correct. I'm executing script. So sh is actually, what is sh actually? If I say sh if else dot sh, this will also execute script. But if I execute which sh, it will give me the path actually. Okay, sh is number slash user bin sh. When I do a slash user bin sh, so can you see that this is actually a soft pointer to the bash itself? Oh, it means that when I am doing sh to this script, it means actually you're invoking the bash shell itself to execute. Or else when you can execute directly, you can call bash if else dot sh. Like this also you can directly call. Like this. So whenever I say sh, it means that sh is a soft link to the bash. In Ubuntu, what happened that if you do sh will be a soft link to a dash dash shell there. So that is one more different type of dash shell. So it will be a pointer or it will be a soft link to the dash shell when it comes to Ubuntu. There what happened that when you do sh space if else dot sh in Ubuntu, right, it is internally calling the dash shell to execute it actually. So dash shell also you can execute it, but usually what happened, people will always prefer to execute with a bash shell. So directly you can even call, the best method, directly call in this way only. Means directly you call the script or with the shell with it this way only. Like for example, if you execute any con shell script, right, you always say like this ksh if else dot ksh, like this you invoke, right? So directly you're calling the con shell itself to execute this script actually. So similarly, whenever I'm executing the bash shell, always make a habit of calling directly the bash shell itself to execute your script actually. Okay, but anyhow here it is a soft link. No problem. Even though if you are executing the if else dot sh, it is internally calling the bash itself to execute it. So nothing to worry when it comes to the Red Hat here. Okay. Whereas in other distribution and all, this sh will be a soft link to some other shells and all. So you have to first verify sh is pointing to which shell. So it might be pointing to some z shell. It might be pointing to some dash shell and all. So in that case, what happened at some script the execution might not be properly, it will not come up, or the syntaxes might not be understood by the dash shell or z shell. Under that case, what you have to do, you have to directly call the bash shell to execute script. So this you should always note it down whenever you are working on the shell script. Okay. Now there are many conditions, many types are there. Many times what happened, right? There will be a lot of like if condition, if condition, if condition, within if condition. There will be one more if condition like this. So usually what happened, your code become very messier actually. Means your condition within a condition within a condition you are doing, right? So it doesn't look good actually. Hence what happened, right? We are having something like a case statement actually. Case statement. Case statement is same thing as you see in switch statement in C program. You have a switch statement in C program. So same thing in case of a shell scripting, it is known the case statement basically. Okay, sorry, excuse me. So case statement, what is the syntax for the case statement? The case statement, I'll write the syntax. As I said, like syntax are very important, sir. If you are not following the properly syntax, right, you will see that your script will not work actually. So that is one thing in the shell script actually. Syntax are very much important actually. So case statement, what is the syntax for case statement? Case, okay, $var in stands for options actually. We call it an options. In stands for options. Yes, you can provide the options here itself like this. Here itself you can provide the option like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. You can provide the option here itself like this. Okay. So that's what we call in. Or suppose that you have some file. In some file you have an option. Like for example, I have a file something like my file or file 1 is there. So here itself we are having an option like this, something like this. So you want to pass that option in the here in here only you can pass this option like this, cat of file like this, or else you know very well now that I have to do dollar like this. This is also okay. So here you are passing an option, so the options are there in this file. So when it is getting executed, whatever the options are in the file, right, that will be replaced here like this. Correct? You got it right? So, but what happened, right? For the shortcut, what you will do like this. So, what you're doing, case of $var in instance or option. Now, I'll remove this line, guys. So, what you have to do that case value 1, okay, write some statement. This is syntax I'm saying. Always end the case statement with the double semicolon. Same thing, case 2. Write some statement. The statement can be anything, sir. It could be some echo statement or some you might be doing some computing, and always end with a double semicolon. Same thing, case 3. Write some statement, end with a double semicolon, and you have a star. Star means default. Write some statement, close with a double semicolon, and close this case with the ESAC. Opposite of case is ESAC. ESAC. You could know that if condition if is always close to the fi, opposite of if is fi. Correct? Similarly, case CASE should be closed with the ESAC. ESAC. Opposite of case is ESAC. Like this, you should always be closed actually. Now you could see that every statement or every case statement has some values or some statement. It should always ended with this double semicolon. This double semicolon, we call it as a clause actually. Clause. So always each and every case statement should be ended with a clause statement, or it should be ended with a clause. If you're not giving this double semicolon, it will show a syntax error. Okay. So now here what is happening is that actually we'll take an example. Actually, you'll say that Rajesh, I'll say case of, this is an example, sir. Just a simple example. Case of var in, okay, case of var in, okay, first I'll say like this, echo, enter the value, read var, case of $var in. Suppose if I'm giving an integer, like for example, I'm giving an integer value as a, okay, a, suppose echo selected a. What you want to do with the case run? I want to do a long listing of my etc directory. Case value b, echo something. I'm just writing a statement. Selected b, okay. I want to check the what is the IP address of my machine. C, echo selected C. I want to ping to 192.168.0.100 like this. R is default. So invalid case value, echo select A, B or C case value. And you could see that for every case statement, you know that I should always end with a double semicolon. See, I missed it over here. But guys, ended with the double G. Close this case with ESAC, ESAC. So this is a simple example which I have written, a very basic example. Suppose that this script name is something like case1.sh. If I write the program vi case1.sh, see, now what you're doing here, this is the case statement. So it says that it starts with the line, and of course, obviously, the first line should be hash bang /bin /bash, right? So this all should always be first line, right? Now what you are saying, echo, enter the value, okay, read var, okay, var is some variable name, okay, whatever the value where the user is entering, or you have to say that actually enter the value as A, B, or C, like this. So if you are, so you have to always, it means that here it is saying to the user that, oh, you have to either do the case value A, B, or C. Any of this case statement you have to enter. So when I enter the value A, suppose that enter the value A, B, or C, I will enter the value A. So what will happen that the A value will be assigned to the variable var. Correct, guys? Now here what has been case of $var in. Oh, what is $var? $var means A actually. So A will be here. This $var will be replaced with the value A. Now this case statement what will do? It will check whether there is any case value A here in this list. Ah, yes, there's a case value A. So it will try to execute this statement. Oh, what is this? Oh, selected A. It will print it. And what he want to do? Oh, you want to do a long listing of the /etc directory. So it will execute this command. Suppose if you are giving the value B as an input, the value B will be assigned to the variable var. Case of $var in. What is variable var? B. So case statement will check whether there is any case value B. Oh, it is here B. Oh, what it does, it try to execute this all these instructions. Oh, it says that echo will say that selected B, fine, and it is executing the if condition, if config command. And if you're giving case value C, this will get executed and it will try to ping to that machine. Okay, you will say that ping to 4 times ping to that machine. Something like that. If you are not giving ABC, if you are giving D, if you are giving E, if you are giving XYZ, 1, 2, 3, anything, then it is not matching any of these case values, then star default will get executed. It says that invalid case value, please select either A, B, or C case value. And then it will come out from it. So this is one example of how the case statement value will get executed. It is same thing like a switch statement, what you have. So here you could see that at any point of time, guys, only one value, only one case statement will get executed. Correct? Do you agree with me, guys? At any given point of time, only one case value will get executed always. You cannot execute two case statements like this A and B. Both I want to execute in case statement. You cannot execute in a case statement like this. So it means that always the case statement, only one value will get executed, right? If you want to execute more than one case statement at a time, you say that Rajesh, I want to execute even A and B, both the values I want to execute, then you can achieve that with the help of a GetOps actually. GetOps is one of the method where you can execute more than one case statement value. More than one case statement can be executed using GetOps actually. That we will see later. It is a very simple syntax to use, but we will be understanding that in a further sessions actually, how to use GetOps actually. GetOps also sometimes a user needs more than one case statement to be executed. Under that situation, GetOps will be used actually. Clear? Now, okay guys. So now shall we see an examples, 1 or 2 examples of case statement? Okay, we'll see now. So here you could see that I'm having a case statement. I'll go with there are 3 examples are there. Let me go with the case statement 3. Let me see what is the case statement 3. Okay. Let me copy this case statement for the examples. So I will write the same thing, case3.sh. So I will save it and copy paste this script and I will save it. So what it says, sir, actually, here it says that echo enter yes or no. Okay, fine. Read select. Select is a variable name. Correct? Like here, how I did here in case of here example. A case dollar var in, where dollar var in is a dollar var is nothing but it's a variable name. So case of, see, case of dollar select is a variable name. So case of dollar select in means option. So here you're not passing an option directly, a user is giving an option here. So either you can give y or capital Y or capital YS or small y's, any combination you give as an input, it say that you are selected yes, and it always end with a double semicolon. Similarly, if you give input of n, capital N or small no, capital No, or any combination, if you give right, then it select as you selected no. Star, if you're not giving Y or YS or any one of this combination which you are not giving, then in that case, what happens is this star default will get executed. It says that select either yes or no, like this. And close this case statement with isat. Opposite of case is isat. Now let us save this script and let us execute this script. Case3.sh. See, select yes or no. I will say as yes. See, you have selected yes. Suppose if I say no, it's selected no. Or else if I say y, small y, again it's a yes, because you have given a here what you have given them. You are with the help of an or, you have given a combination of anything. Suppose assume that, sir. Assume that what I will do here. I'll say sh case3.sh, enter. I'll say capital E Y, small e and capital S. Let us see whether it's selected. See, it select yes or no. Oh, default is executed. It means that it is not even taking this pattern actually. So in that case, what you can do? See, case3.sh. Okay, let it be like this. So what you can do, a small adjustment here. Hope you're understanding what I'm doing, right? You can remove this one. Right, guys? So any combination, either capital Y, small y, capital E or small e, anything. Similarly here also, capital N, capital N or small n, capital O or small o, any combination. It might be, it has to select as a no. Save this file. See here? Same script I'll execute now, case3.sh. I'll say capital Y, small e and capital S. See, you have selected yes. Correct? Earlier it was saying what it was saying. Earlier it was not showing. It was giving this error. Select yes or no. Right? Because even though I'm giving combination, now I'm giving a combination of the string. It is saying that you have selected yes. So in this way, you can see the case statement. One more case statement example we will see. Case1.sh. So I'll open the script. So I'll copy paste the script. Case1.sh. So I'll say this file. So now here, what it says that the first line is always #bang /p /bash, fine. Now in the second line, echo -e. So 1a, 2b, 3c, 4d. It will show you kind of a menu like 1a, 2b, 3c, 4d, and 5e, right? Because I'm using an escape characters or /n/t/b, right? You have to use a -e option along with echo, right? You remember I had shown you one example. If you remember, I executed a command like this: echo red hat Linux, like this. I have shown it. So by default, what happened? Everything will print it as a normal string. But you say, Rajesh, I want to print these three different words in the three different lines. So you have to use a /n like this, right? So whenever you're using any escape characters or like /n/t/b, always you have to use a -e option. See, it could see that it is printing, this echo is printing the three different words in three different lines. Even you can remove the blank space, it's like this. Blank. Remove this blank space, whatever you're seeing the blank space, right? Now you could see that it is getting aligned. Sorry. See, it is getting aligned here. Earlier, it was not aligned. Now it is getting aligned. So if I'm not using E, sir, echo will not interpret actually. You have to use the hyphen E option along with the echo command. See, it will never interpret. It will treat everything as a string and print it. But whenever you want to enable any kind of escape character along with the echo string side, you have to use hyphen E option. It will work. The same option hyphen E, I am using the case statement. Now you can understand. So I'm using the slash n here, slash n. So I have to use the hyphen E option. So it will give a statement that has 1A, 2B, 3C, and 4D like this, 5E like this. It will print in a menu, right? Now what you're doing that, you're saying that Rajesh, what you're doing that, this has to clear it, and you say that Rajesh, I will give the value as 1, okay? 1 is A. So I'll give the value, afterwards it will print, it will echo it, select any one value. You will say Rajesh, I will give the value as A, okay, A will be assigned to the variable var1, right? So var1, okay, here case of $var in means A, you are giving input as A. So A will be assigned to the variable A, var1 will be assigned as a value A. Now case statement will search for, is there any case or A? Oh, case or A is there. So it will try to execute all the case statement value A. But here again, the case statement value A, there is some more other things are there. So there in the case statement value A, one more case statement is there inside. So this is a good example of showing a case within a case. Okay, case within a case, you can able to see in this example. So now what you are happening that echo options are, again you are saying echo hyphen E, 1A, 1, 2B, 3 for third option A3 and enter like this. So here again it is showing you a menu A1, A2, A3. Now again it will ask you that you please choose any one value A1, A2, A3. Suppose you are choosing A1. So here A1 will be assigned to the variable 2, var2. Case of $var2 in, $var2 is nothing but A1. Here, where is the case statement? A1 is here. So it will say that echo, okay, this ls will get executed. If you do a case for A2, this will get executed. If you're giving A3, this will be executed. If you're not giving A1, A2, A3, you're giving A4, A5, 1, 2, 3, XYZ, then default will star will get executed. Close this case statement with ISAC. And because it's the case statement, you have to always close the double semicolon. See, even here also, every case statement is ending with a double semicolon. If you miss this double semicolon, there will be a syntax error. Again, this completely A itself is a case statement. That's what you should always end with a double semicolon. Here, at the beginning itself, suppose you are giving the B, second option to B. So here, this will get executed. If you give C, this will get executed. If you give D, if you give E, if you give XYZ, 1, 2, 3, anything, star will get executed. And close this case with the ISAC. Is it clear, sir? Do you have any doubts in this explanation? Sir, is it clear?
Rajesh, while writing case statements, do we need to follow intention all the time? Or?
Sir, indentation is not required, sir. Here, indentation doesn't need it. Okay. Why? Because, right, you can even write like this also, sir. No problem. But what happened, right? You can write like this also. But what usually happens that this doesn't look good actually. Right? Even anyone sees, right, this doesn't look good actually. That's the reason what is happening that you will formulate according to your requirement. Like this, you will give some spaces like this. So that you are nicely arranging it the way it will good for the user to read it. Readability should be good like this. But it's a so there is no indentation, sir, as in case of scripting and all. You can write everything in every line. You can start from here, sir, but you have to. It is always better that you maintain the indentation, like spaces or anything. But it is not mandatory here. Only for appearance wise, you have to give it. Actually. So what I will do, I will just copy the script. Okay, sorry, I'm already copied it. I'll save the script. Then I'll say sh case1.sh. So here it says that menu A1, 1 or A2, B, 3C. So I'll give the case statement A. Again, it will take you to one more menu because within a case statement A, there's one more case statement is there. So I'll give A1, A2, A3. I'll give as A1. See, it will do the ls. So whatever, so in my case, right, it is showing the ls output. Same thing I'll give here one more time. So I'll give the value a, enter, and here I will give a2, enter, or a2, sorry, a2. See, PWD, current working directory is getting executed. See, if you see the script actually, you'll understand. For the A2, PWD, current working directory. For the A3, you're doing a long listing of a home directory, like that. A option, again, if I give A3, long, see, long listing of the home directory. So it is showing me the home directory completely. Suppose if you're not giving A1, A2, A3, you're giving A4, A5, 1, 2, 3, XYZ, then this star will get executed. So shall we try now? A, instead of giving A1, A2, A3, I will give A4 or A5 or anything. So default will get executed. So these are default, right? This echo default, this is getting printed actually. And this close this case statement with isAC and end with a double semicolon. Similarly, like that. Actually. Clear, sir? Okay. So this is a good examples for the case. We will see some more, many more good examples in case segment later after some point of time. Okay. So now what we will do now, we will try to see like how to pass a parameter to the running script. Suppose in the C program or any other language program, you can actually pass a parameter. So that we call it as a command line argument. Okay. So what we say that actually you can pass any parameter to the running script, to the script actually. So that we call it as a command line argument, right? Or in shell script, we call it as a positional parameter, right? You know, right? You have a lot of C program, Java program, or if you're having a C program, dot here, dot out, you'll run the program. You will pass a parameter like 10, 20, 30, like that. So all these three parameters you're passing to the execution of that program. So this three command line argument, right? It will be accepted by your program actually. Similarly, while running a script itself, even you can pass any parameter, right? So here, what are the positional parameters in case of shell script? We are having a $1, $2, $3, whatever number of parameter what you're passing, $3. Okay, you have something known as a $star, and you have something as a $hash actually. $1 stands for first positional parameter. Similarly, $2 stands for second positional parameter. Similarly, $3 stands for third. You can pass n number of parameters, third positional parameters. Some people in an interview, they'll ask you in the bash shell script, how many parameters I can pass actually. Is it a countless or is there any limit? Some books they say that up to 18 positional parameter you can pass in the shell script. Like that. You can pass up to 18. Okay, you cannot pass 50, 60 and all. That's not possible. Up to 18 positional parameter you can pass it actually. $star means all the positional parameter what you are passing actually. All the positional parameters. And the $hash will maintain the count value. Means how many number of parameters you are passing. Here, suppose if I'm passing the 3 position parameter, $hash will have a count value. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 3. It has a value 3 like this. It will maintain the value 3. Means earlier what happened, instead of $star, we used to use a $at also. We can either use a $star or $at. Both are same. It will maintain all the positional parameters. Okay. So to make you to show you these examples, so there is one script known as a pos.sh actually. pos.sh. Oh, that is not there. I'll only write the script actually. pos.sh. Hashbang /bin/bash. Yes, you know very well. Always the first line should be hashbang /bin/bash. Echo. Okay. The first positional parameter is parameter is $1. Very important, sir. We'll be using heavily this positional parameter and all. The second, the second positional parameter is dollar is $2. The third positional parameter is $3. Okay. Echo. See, all the parameters are all the parameters parameters are $. You can either use $* or $@. Okay. The total number of parameters are $#, like this, sir. Okay, you can even say $0 also. Okay, so the script name is $0, like this. So shall we execute the script? I'll save the script. And now whenever I want to execute a script, I say sh You have to pass some parameter like 10, 20, 30. You could see the output now. See, the script name is $0. $0 means it means that your script name itself is in a 0th position parameter. So that's what the script name is $0. $0 means 0th position parameter. That is your script name itself. The first position parameter is $1, which is nothing but 10. So this is $0, $1, $2, $3. Like that you have to understand. So the first position parameter is 10. The second position parameter is $2, which is nothing but 20. The third position parameter is $3, which is 30. All the parameters are, what are the parameters which you are passing? That is nothing but $, 10, 20, and 30. And the total number of parameters are, what is the count? How many number of parameters are passing? 1, 2, and 3. It will maintain the 3. So 3 means $#. Is it clear, sir? Pos.ssc. $# will maintain the counter. How many number of parameters you are passing? Suppose assume that I'm passing 4 parameters. 50. See, can you make out now? The first position parameter is $1. Second position parameter is $2. Third position parameter is $3. I'm not saying fourth parameter is $4. $4 is this only, but I'm not printing that. $5, I'm not printing it here. But whereas all the parameter, whatever the parameter passing, that everything is nothing but $. Here. $# is nothing but count. How many number of parameter passing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 positional parameters I'm passing. Okay, fine. So $# represents the count. $* represents all the parameters. You can even use a $@ also. You could see that instead of $*, I will use $@. $@. Let's see. Here, sir, I can use either $* or $@. Is it clear? Are you able to? So it means that while running the script itself, you are passing this parameter. This parameter passing is not but the positional parameter is not, but it is a command line argument. It means that while executing the script itself, you can pass the parameter or the argument while executing your shell script itself, which we call it as a positional parameters. Is it clear, sir? Am I clear? It's easy, right? It's not that difficult to understand, right? So we will be using all this positional parameter very heavily in our scripting actually. Okay, fine. So what we will do now next, we will use, we will get into a simple for loops, actually loopings, very important. Okay, we have a looping statement. You know, right? Always loops are basically used for executing some particular task more than one time. You say that, Rajesh, there are some three instructions are there in my script. Actually, I want to execute those three instructions for 4 or 5 times or some n number of times. So you have to execute with the help of a looping. Looping is basically used for executing some particular task over a period of times. So that's what we use the looping statements actually. Okay, so always in shell script, actually, particularly in shell scripts, there are three loop statements are there. One is a for loop, and other is a while loop, and the third is a until loop. So these are the three major loopings are there which we use it. Okay, so now shall we see one by one, sir? What are these loops and all, and we will see an example of how this for loops works actually. Correct? So for loop in shell script, actually it has two methods. You can use any one of the methods. One is a classical method which we use, which we were having in the C or C++ or any other language programming. That for loop is also there. That also can be used in our shell script, or else one more a new syntax way is there where you can use a for loop. So both the methods we can see. So here what you are doing, the first method is number for the syntax for the for loop. Syntax for the for loop is for variable name, variable name, instance or option to write the statement, close this do with done. This is a simple syntax. Or one is for, like this will also be there. One more is there for initialization value, okay, condition, conditional, and increment the value, like this. You remember in our C language we used to use for variable I is equal to 0, semicolon, I is less than equal to 10, semicolon, I plus plus. You remember in C program we used to have this. Whenever you used to write a C program, you used to use this for loop, right? So this is nothing but, this is also one of the method of using for loop. This method is also applicable to our bash for loop. Bash also supports this for loop also. In many scripts you will see even this also being used. Okay, when you open any script in your company or in your industry, right, they might be using this for loop also. So anyone, either this can be used or even this can also be used actually. Anyone can be used actually, no problem. Okay, so now what is one example? Simple, sir. For example, assume that, okay, let me create some file with the name something like example. How I'll write an example, you could see that now. So let me do one thing. Let me create some file name by using text command. File 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. Like that I'm using, I'm creating some files like this. So now what I will do that, I will redirect all this file stars to a file by my file. Now what I'm doing that, I'm using a for loop for variable name. I can use any variable name. I will say for variable name I, instance or option, cat of my file. To what I want to do it. Okay, copy the $I cos under the opt, copy as a $I of backup. What does it do with the backup? Simple. What you're doing here, you're first creating this all these files, sir. All these files, you're creating it. Now what you're doing is that you are doing ls file star, means whatever the file which is having a file star, like you are having file 1, file 2, file 3. Suppose there is a file by name file xyz, everything will be redirected to a file by name my file. Okay, so shall we do it now here practically? So let me touch this, touch file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, something. So there are 4 files are there, file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file. So I'll say ls file of star redirect it to something like a my file. Can you see that under the my file, you are having this 4 file names: file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. Now let me write a for loop like this: /bank /bin/bash for variable name I, instance or option, cat of my file. Do cp command $of I, you have to take paste /opt as $of I of backup. So basically what you're doing, you're trying to create a backup of that file under the OPT directory. So whatever the file you are having, file 1, file 2, file 3, all those file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, you are creating a copy under the /opt as a backup file. So can you save this file? sh4.sh. See, you are executing the script. Now if you go to the OPT directory at ls, can you see you have created the backup of all those files, right, sir? So in this way, if somebody asks you how to create a backup of the files, you can say that, sir, I can use a for loop for this. This is one simple example just to show you like how the backup can be done. Is it clear, sir? Do you have any doubts in this? Simple script. I will show you a few more scripts. Yes, guys, if you don't have any doubts, we'll proceed further. Okay. So for variable name I in instance or option, here what happened, you can give like this also, guys. No problem. You know that, Rajesh, I want to give like this. You'll say, Rajesh, I can give like this also. Like this also I can give, because here instance or option. So what for loop will do, first the file 1 will be assigned to the variable I. As soon as it is assigned to the variable I, will get inside the for loop cp, copy the file. So what $I has this file name. Okay, copy this file 1 under the /opt as file1.backup. Okay, fine. Because the for loop, it is in a for iterative for loop, right? Not iterative for loop, it is in a for loop, right? Now the for loop will check if there is any other options are there apart from the file 1. Oh yes, there are many more options are there, sir. File 2. Now file 2 will be assigned to the variable name I. As soon as it is assigned to the variable name I, it get inside the for loop. Here what you're doing, you're copying that file. What you're doing, I has a value file 2. So $of I number file 2. What you're doing, copy that file under OPT as file2.backup. Similarly for file 3, similar for file 4. Now after the file 4 is happening, now the for loop will try to check, is there any other values apart from file 4? Oh, nothing is there. So for loop will stop there itself, right? Because it only checks for this 4 files like this. Either you can do this, or what I did earlier, I redirected all this file star to the my file. See, now you have a cat of file. So sorry, you have to redirect like this. So that file, my file, will have all these file names. So same my file I'm using here in my for loop. See, cat of file. You can use either way, this way, or either, as I said right earlier, you can even use this way also. But guys, I have even told you this way also. Is it clear? Sir, is it clear?
Yes, Rajesh.
Right. Sir, are you finding it easy or difficult?
Okay, Rajesh, for now.
Means, see, I want to tell you one thing very clearly, guys. What happened, that scripting is very simple, actually. Very, very simple. Okay, initially you will find some difficulties on executing the script or some difficulty in writing the script initially. But over the period of time, if you start practicing, if you start writing more and more script, this will become a cakewalk, actually. And it only makes you practice only, sir. And you'll get a lot of new ideas and all techniques you'll get when you start writing a script. If you don't write any script, sir, definitely you'll fail. You will not fail, sorry. You will forget everything. So what I would request all of you, that actually every day, minimum one script you have to go through it, you have to execute, or you have to write minimum one script. Do a practice of next 20, sorry, not 20. Do this practice of next 60 days, sir. Write down one script. Someone you have to can comment. Naresh, can you comment? Sorry, can you mute it? Sorry. So what I'm trying to tell you that actually you need to practice at least minimum one script every day. So what you have to do means whatever the I have shared some of the books to you guys actually in our WhatsApp group. You have a shell PDF is there. So first guys go through this Vivek guidebook actually. This is the first PDF which you have to go through it. After that, I have shared you some of the very nice books. One is a Wicked Cool Shell Scripting. This I think I have not shared. This has all those very nice shell scripts are there. Examples are there. You have to go through some of the script actually. See, archive your files has there been removed. See, you have to go through all the scripts like this. See, if condition. See, if condition is there. Okay, fine. So Rajesh has told something about GetOps. Oh, this GetOps is also there. So case statement is also there. Oh, fine. So like this, you have to go through. See, for loop is there. You have to go through all the scripts every day, at least minimum one script you have to go through, sir. I'll tell you over a period of next to 2 weeks, 2 months actually, it will change your entire perspective of learning the shell script actually. And this is the stepping stone for you to learn the Python scripting. If you are very good in shell scripting, sir, I take it from my word that Python will be very easy for you to learn because you already have an art of learning one shell script, learning Python, learning Ruby, or any scripting language, even JavaScript, any scripting language you want to learn, right? It becomes very cakewalk for you. So that's what Bash shell scripting is a very basic stepping stone for all of us to learn, so that we can finally get up learning the Python in a very well manner. But no doubt you can directly learn Python without shell scripter. No doubt you can learn. It doesn't mean that. But if you have additionally already you have a backup or additionally you have a knowledge of one scripting language, that will help a lot you to learn very faster way when it comes to the Python actually. Right? Okay. Now, so this is one classical example. Some more, one more example. Say, for example, if I say something like, sir, for variable name I, or you can say variable name A, instance or option, I'll pass the option here itself, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something, 8, 9, 10. Do what you're doing inside the for loop, echo dollar of A. Close this do with return. So that's a syntax. Always you have to close this do with done. Here you're having all your the statements, whatever you want to execute. Now you consider when you're executing this simple script, what is happening that one value will be assigned to the variable A and it get inside a for loop, echo $A means one will be printed. Two will be assigned to the again two will be printed, three will be printed. So now don't you see that actually suppose you say that Rajesh, I want to print the 100 lines. Do you think that you will pass like this? Very difficult, right? You cannot pass like this, right? Instead, what they use, right? They use a command as there's a command by name. Even I've forgotten, sir. Wait. Is it, sir? Even I forgotten, sir. Not int actually. Int. There's some commands I've forgotten. Using that also, you can actually expand it. That command. What is it, sir? Even I've forgotten. Do anyone remember it? What is it? No, sir. Even command to print 1 to 10. Not log base. Okay. There was a beautiful command was there, sir. I'm not here. You can use this range operator like this. You can use this way also 1 to up to 100. Or is there one more command is there, sir? That command is a very. This is the for loop, sir, which we use actually. Traditional for loop which we use actually. There's a command is there, sir. I've forgotten it actually. I'm not able to recall. Lint or int. Sequence command, sir. Yeah, this is the command I wanted actually. Sequence command. So you can use like this actually. Sequence command like this. So like this. seq space 10 like this. So if I execute like this, seq sequence 10, see, you will have this 10 value. So like this, can I have sequence 100? Oh, I can have 100 values, sir. So you can use like this actually. You want to say, Rajesh, I want to print from 1 to 100 like in the for loop, you can use a seq. Either you giving like this the values 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 5, or else you can use the range operator like this. 1 double quote like this. You can use the range operator, or else you can use a sequence 100 like this. seq 100. Even sir, you can suppose sometimes what happened, right? You want the odd number like printed, like one. I want to get 3, 5, 7, 9. That's all, not more than that. You can use like this sequence for to get it sequence 1, 2, 10 actually like this. See, if you use 1 to 10 like this, see here. If I execute this command line, okay, you are getting this odd number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So 1 is the first number. Second number is that but addition, and this is last number. So first it will print 1. Okay, then 1 is less than 10. Yes, 1 is less than 10. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is less than 10. Yes. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 is less than 10. Yes. 5 plus 2, 7 is less than 10. Yes. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 is less than 10. Yes. 9 plus 2, 11. 11 is not less than 10. 11 is greater than 10. So it will stop here itself. Can you do like this? Sequence 100 minus 2, 0. So it will print in the reverse order 100, 98, 96, 94, like this. See, 100, 98, 96. So it will do minus of, and it will be checking like this. This way also can be used in sequence command. So same sequence command is should be very helpful when it comes to the shell script actually. Clear, sir? Now, so what we can do now, so we will be seeing some 2 examples in for loop, sir, and then we'll wind up our session, today's session. Okay. Okay. Is it clear, guys? So what we are going to do now is that actually you just carefully watch what I'm doing. Okay. Whenever you want to execute, whenever you want to check the IP address of the machine, you have to say if config actually. When you execute the if config command, IP config or if config command, here the if config command is not there. So what I have to do that, I have to say sudo yum install net -utils package utils. So I have to install that package utils star -y. Okay, so you have to install, or else net star -y. So net utils package also get installed. Okay, many packages are getting installed. We are unnecessarily installing many package, but we have to check always, sir. Like for example, if config package name in Red Hat, like that. It means that whenever you want to get the ifconfig command, there is some packages there we have to install. How to install ifconfig in RHEL 8 or whatever. So now they would have given the, see, for example, here you have a net hyphen tools, not net hyphen utils, net hyphen tools package. This package should be installed, sir. If this package is getting installed, then you get the ifconfig command actually. Okay. So always make sure that, so this is the command sudo -y install net tools. But here we are installing everything. So if you see the ifconfig command, see, now you are able to get the ifconfig command. Ifconfig command will show you the IP address of your system. So I can ping to that machine, ping 172.31.91.179. We can start pinging to this machine. So ping utility will try to tell whether this server or this machine is up or not. See, it is always pinging to that specific IP address. You could see that ping is basically continuously pinging to that IP address. It will be continuously pinging to that IP address. Correct? It will not stop. By default, doesn't stop. Whereas if you do the same ping in Windows, right? What Windows will do? Windows will ping for 4 times, then it will come out from that. So here also we can give a count value. So it says Rajesh-C 5. So I'm pinging for the 5 times. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it will come out. So here you can give a count value. Clear, sir? Now, what is happening is that actually you are given some IP address. Now, what I will do, sir, for our requirement, if I do ifconfig command, you could see that it is using the interface ETH0. Network interface was ETH0. So what I will do, ifconfig ETH0:1. I will add some more IP address, 10.0.0.100. Okay. If config. So this is the virtual IP address I'm assigning. 10.0.0.101. Not two. See, some 3 IP addresses I have executed. I have created. These are the virtual IP addresses I have created. If I execute the ifconfig command, can you see all the virtual IP address? See, this is the actual IP address. But here 10.0.0.100, 10.0.0.101, 102. Can I able to ping to this machine? Yeah, let me ping 10.0.0.100. Yes, you're able to ping. Correct. 101, you're able to ping. 102, you're able to ping. Is there any 103? Let's see. There is no there's no 103. So your ping will fail. See. So what the ICMP protocol will do? ICMP protocol will throw in error known as a destination host unreachable. So what happens, sir? Ping is internally using one ICMP protocol. ICMP protocol is the one which is going to check it actually. One of the inter questions we've been asked commonly is that how ping internally works. So you have to say that you have to always go to the Google and you have to say that how ping internally works, or means internally works, or you have to even check like what are the different protocols where the ping uses. So this is the good article actually. Okay, you have to go through this article and try to understand that how exactly ping internally works actually. So these are good articles are there. There are some many more articles are there, sir. You'll get a video also. So how exactly ping internally works. This is one of the very common inter question which has been asked in any kind of a networking. So ping command. See, this is the packet actually. It uses ICMP message types actually. Okay, it uses many of the things it checks actually. So you need to go through this thing, sir. It is very good actually. Ping. You have to understand how ping works. Okay. Now here, what I'm doing here, I'm trying to ping to some IP address, but that IP address doesn't exist. So it says the destination host unreachable. Okay. Now, why I did all these things? Why I showed you all these things, and why I showed you this ifconfig command, and why did I created some virtual IP address like this? See how I created ETH0 ifconfig ETH0 0:1 base and base like this. I created some 3 virtual IP address using the same interface. It means that if I do ifconfig command with the same network interface, I created like this some 3 virtual IP address and assigned to this card actually. In this way also you can create virtual. If you do a service network restart, service network, all this will go off actually. Or if you're rebooting the system, all this IP addresses will go off. Virtually now you have created. Now what happened, right? There is one use case happens that what the use case will happen that okay, what the administrator will be told in a company, or what the DevOps engineer will be told that as soon as you log in as soon as you come to the office every day, there are some 1,000 servers are there in your network, in your office or in your data center. You need to ping to all the 1,000 servers and check whether whether all the servers are up and whether all the servers are down. Like this, you need to check it. Do you think that the administrator or the DevOps will ping to every 1,000 machine one after the other and check whether it is up or not, whether it's up or not, right? It is very difficult. What the DevOps engineer will do, he will write a shell script actually. With the help of a shell script, he will achieve that automation of checking all the 1,000 servers. So what he will do, he will come back every day. He will come morning. He will just try to execute that script itself. That's all. And that script will give a report saying that these are all the servers are up and these are all the servers are down. Like that, that script will give a information to the DevOps engineer. Like, shall we see that script now? A small script. Okay. Now what we're doing here? Come over here. Can you see here ping 1.sh? Okay, let us copy this and paste it here. Ping 1.sh. Okay, guys. So what I'm doing here? See here. Now, so this script is to check whether the IP address is alive or not. Now, what you're doing that you are using a for variable for variable name host instance or option $. What is $? When it comes to positional parameter? $* means everything, right? You remember I use a pos.sh. So here I use a $. Later replace the $@, both are same. But $* is what? What are all the parameter which you are passing is $, right? So $* is number all the parameter what you're passing like this. If I pass like this 10, 20, 30, you could see that $* will have all the parameter what you're passing. So what it means that, oh Rajesh, oh for variable name host instance or option $. Oh, $* means it means that while I'm executing the script, actually I need to pass the some kind of an argument or some like kind of a command argument while executing the script. So that's what we will get to know. Okay, I have to pass some parameter. Okay, or else if you're saved all the IP address in some file, you can just pass that file name itself here. Okay, but here in this case, no doubt, I will just try to pass the parameter itself. So what is the parameter? I don't know what is the parameter to pass. Okay, let us see inside the for loop now. What is it? So for variable name host instance or option $. Means everything. What are all the parameters passing? It's everything. So, but what is the parameter what you're passing? Okay, let us see. So inside the for loop, you have a do. Inside the for loop, for it's how to do. What you're doing, you're trying to do a ping. How number of time you're trying to do? You're trying to ping for C2 means count. You're trying to ping that 2 times. $host. Oh, $host is number. $* means what? What are the parameter you're passing? Okay, means whatever the parameter I'm passing is that, but it is an IP address. Oh, it means that because every IP address will be assigned to the variable host. Okay. Oh, it means that while pinging, you have to ping to some IP address. Okay. What are all the output you are pinging that you are running in a background and you're redirecting it to the /dev null file. So what it means, let us understand now. Now, if you execute, so Rajesh, if I execute ifconfig command, you have so many IP addresses are there. Suppose I want to ping to this IP address. Okay, 2 times. I'll say ping -c2 10.0.0.100. See, when you're pinging, can you see that the ping is actually showing you so many messages over here? You said that, Rajesh, I don't want to check these messages, Rajesh. The message should not come. No problem, sir. You run these messages, you get the output in the message in the background, as well as redirect that output on /dev null file. It will nullify the effect. See, ping will ping, but the output will not come to the screen. The output will be redirected to the /dev null file. /dev null is a special character device file which will nullify the effect. It means that the output will not come to the screen. Now you say that, Rajesh, how you make out that the ping has been success now? Okay, you're running fine, but how you make out? Hey, you do echo $, man. What echo $, will do? Echo $, will give the exit status of the last executed command. Whenever the shell has executed any command successfully, always the return value will be 0. So you are checking the condition whether the command has successfully executed or not with the help of a echo $. Suppose that I am trying to ping to 10.0.0.103, but that IP address is not there, right? Sorry, that IP address is not there, right? So what it says, this is an error. Ping is actually failing here. So it says the destination host unreachable. It is getting failed here. Okay, let me do one thing, Rajesh. Now let me execute echo $. See, it is returning 1. Oh, it means that ping has not successfully executed. It has not been successfully executed by the shell. Whenever any kind of a command which is not executed by the shell successfully, always the return value will be apart from the 0. Any other positive integer value like 1, 2, 3 up to 255 is an error value. So 0 is always success. 1 to 255 is an error value, we say. Correct. So with the help of a echo or a question mark, you can identify whether the previous ping, what are the ping has been doing, whether it is successful or not. So here what I'm doing, same thing here also. You said, Rajesh, I'm pinging this one, but I don't want to get this output on screen. See, why I'm getting all these things like this? I don't want to get this output at all. No problem. You say same thing. You make it to run in the background and redirect all the output to the /null file. See, the ping output here in this case will not come. Everything will be read to the /null file. Correct. Because here what happened, right? Here you ping will be continuously pinging, right? It will not come out. So that's the reason you have to give some count actually here. Yes, I'll give something like a C2 count value. Twice it will ping and then it will come out like this. So I'm using this logic, the same thing in the scripting actually. Ping the C2 $host. Whatever the output of the ping is there, right? That I'm redirecting the /null file. So then what I'm doing here, if condition dollar of question mark is not but the exit status of the last execute command. I'm checking the dollar of question mark is equal to 0. Yes, it is equal. If it is equal to 0, then print saying that that host IP address is alive. If ping is failing, ping is not able to ping it, it means that the last execute command is not 0. It will be apart from other 0. Apart from the 0, it will be some other positive value. Then this condition will fail. Then the else class statement will get executed. Close this if condition with F5. Close this do with done. Now shall we execute the script? I'll save the script. Right? Sorry, I'll save the script. So ping1.sh. I'll save the script like this. I will say sh ping1.sh. Before that, can I take the fconfig command? So what I will do sh. So what you can do, sir, whenever you are running thing, now when you are running the script, always before the script is run, you can execute the clear command. Okay, clear the screen and then execute the script. Okay, now I'll say sh ping1.sh. Pass this IP addresses like this. Even look back also can pass it, and I'll also pass one IP address which is a non the IP address doesn't exist actually, like this. So if you run the script, see here, this is alive, this is alive, this is alive, this is alive, this is alive. 10.0.0.3 is not alive. See, you're able to get this successfully. Correct, guys? The same output you can redirect to a file, and that file you can attach to a mail and send it to the mail also. Like that you can do. This whole output you can redirect to a file, and the whole file you can attach to an email, and you can send an email also for the verification. So whenever you run that script, even a user should also get a mail, or else the whole team desktop should get an email for this report of the server is up or not. I am clear, sir. Is it clear for you guys? Any doubts you have?
Yes, Rajesh. And one more thing, Rajesh. The same thing we are capturing it in a file, right?
Yeah.
So also can't we automate it? Say, for example, I need to run this every day in the morning.
You can set in a cron job, sir.
Okay. Okay. Cron job concept.
Yeah,
okay, fine.
like
Understood. Okay.
Like for example, like this, you are having the script actually ping.sh. We can execute like this. Cron job. Okay. Cron job -e edit. Cron tab -e, not cron tab -e edit. So we'll say start. Every month, every hour, like what you have to do that. Hold a second. I'll give the complete path of the script actually. The /root scripts. I'll say cron tab -e. star star 5 stars. Okay. So slash root. So what you do, say, you have to say that bash of slash root slash scripts under that ping one dot is it. But here you need to pass the parameter like this. Like this. But instead, what you can do that you can create a file, my file, where you can have the IP address like this 10.0.0.100, 10.0.0. So whatever the IP address which you want to check, right, like this, you can maintain in a file. So open that file script, and then here you can, instead of $, you can remove this. So you can say that here cat of my file. So now let us check. Okay, alive, alive, alive. Yeah. So this is there. So this script, the same thing you have to set in a cron tab. Cron tab. Star 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 5 star 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 like this slash bash of slash root slash scripts slash ping one dot sh. Now you could see that actually if you execute cron tab -l, this is one cron job you have set. You could see that every minute this script will get executed. So this is means minute, hour, month, day of the month, day of the week, like that. This is what, not but 5 stars. So in this case you can mention like this. Now you could see that every minute the script will get executed automatically. The output will come to the screen only, I think. Every week, every time it will get executed. That you can even mention like this. Cron tab -e. The whole output of it actually, I want to redirect to a file by name report. Okay, ping a report .txt file like this. So you'll get a report file. After 1 minute, you could see that there's a file by name report file. You get like this. Cron tab. Every minute you will get this report file like this. Like this. So here you have set the cron job actually, right? So what are those 5 stars? Means minute, hour, minute. The first star stands for minute, hour, day, month of the day, day of the week, like that. Those are 5 stars. If you want to say, you can go with the cron job guru, cron job guru, guru cron something, cron job guru. So cron tab dot guru. See, here you get. See, star means what is the first star, second star. See, so what it means that at 4 hour 5 minute, right? Every 4 or 5 minutes will get executed like this. Or else if you say Rajesh like this 3, like this, see, on the day of the 3rd month, like that, like that. Like this you'll get. So every Saturday in this May month actually on the 3rd, okay, 4 hour 5 seconds actually this particular job will get executed like this. So now you could see that 1 minute is over now. You could see that this script has been where is this report text.sh? Okay, we'll see, sir. So it will get executed. You will get this output. Where you get this? You could say it has come over here, sir. Not, I should have given to the script actually. So you could see that cat of ping report. Nothing is there. It is wait. So you will get the output into this file, sir. Actually, like that. Or else you can even mail that. You can even mail the output also. Is it clear, sir? So like that, you can automate few of the tasks actually. Okay. So there are few more examples are there. We'll be keep seeing when it comes to the upcoming classes. Okay. Okay, guys. So what we'll do, we'll stop the sessions today, and we will try to continue from. We'll try to continue tomorrow. What, sir? What time is it fine for you? 11 o'clock morning. 11, is it fine for you?
Yes, Rajesh, no issues.
Okay, I will continue with the morning 11 o'clock, and again late evening tomorrow. Again, we have one more sessions. So by this way, we will be able to cover in a very faster pace, all scripting and all. Okay, sir. Chalo then I will stop the session, or someone else can stop the session.